Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my GF because she went to an afterparty without me? I 24M and my girlfriend, Athena 23F, began dating in college. Last week, Athena invited me to her co-worker Joe's party. I had heard a lot about him in the past, and he and she really seemed to have a lot in common, especially with their taste in music. Apparently he was an amateur musician with a fairly successful YouTube channel. Joe initially invited only Athena, but when she asked him if I could tag along, he said it was fine. The party was on Saturday evening. It was a fun party with about 30 people, held at a restaurant Joe had rented out. Towards the end though, I wandered into Athena's little discussion group, and I immediately got the feeling that nobody really wanted me there, most of all Athena. It was her, Joe, and a few other people. Thinking that I was just imagining things, I hung around and listened to Joe basically boast about himself the whole time. A little while later, I wandered off to get myself a drink and chat with a few other people. Eventually the time to leave came around, and I went to find Athena again. Joe approached me at that point and said that he was having an after-party over at his house. I was going to refuse, but then he said, "Sorry man, but only Athena is invited," while clapping me on the shoulder. I first told him not to touch me, and then said she's not going. He informed me that she had already accepted the invitation. I texted Athena immediately to ask where she was. She responded with,
"Sorry, on the way to Joe's place. I'll see you tomorrow, love you."
I asked if she knew I wasn't invited, and she then left me on read. Texts after that were all ignored. I drove home furious. I stayed up all night, and finally Athena walked in the door at 5:42 a.m. I know because I was by the window watching. I recognized the car as Joe's and the driver as Joe. Nobody else was in the car. Athena waved to him cutely and laughed at something he said. Athena came inside and acted surprised to see me still up. At that point, I flatly told her that we were done, and she had the rest of the day to move out. Athena was at first confused with me, and then I told her that she can just move in with Joe. She rolled her eyes and said nothing happened. She gave me the spiel about my insecurities in imagination. I said it didn't matter. After this back and forth arguing, Athena finally relented and sarcastically thanked me for wasting the best years of her life. Athena finally moved out yesterday, and it was pretty dramatic. She said that she loved me and that I was throwing away everything over a party. Did I do her wrong here? I feel like I'm getting gaslighted. Am I the a-hole for leaving her? Update. About 2 weeks ago, I came here for moral guidance after breaking up and kicking my girlfriend out for going to an after-party with her male co-worker, who outwardly stated that I was not invited. Just about everyone in the post was convinced that Athena had cheated on me with Joe. The moment she left, I felt as if I had lost interest in her, Joe, and both of their lives forever. But a couple of days later, morbid curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to find his Instagram through Athena's. I don't know if I was looking for closure or validation for refusing to even discuss the issue with Athena, but I found both. First, a few hours after Joe drove Athena back to my place, he made an Instagram post about potentially doing a cover for Scotty Doesn't Know by Lustra. The comments were full of people saying he was going to hell with laughing crying emojis and the shushing emoji. I recognized some of the commenters as people who had attended the party. At first, I didn't know what it was about, but after looking up the lyrics, it became clear. Here's the first line of the song. "Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in my van every Sunday." So yeah, class act he is. Catchy song though. But it gets better. I know this wasn't healthy, but I kind of kept up with Athena and Joe's social media. They went full mask off. Another few days later, Joe posted a picture of Athena sitting on his lap. I could tell that based on the sofa he was sitting on, this was not even taken at the after party, but at the party that I went to. I must have been talking to someone else or in the bathroom when it was taken. I will say that I was severely depressed, and on a certain level, probably still am. It wasn't even really about Athena, but that literally nobody from the party was willing to give me a heads up. Athena and I were publicly dating. We showed up together. People knew I was her boyfriend, but I guess when my back was turned, they were laughing at me. The only thing that doesn't make sense to me at this point is why she even wanted to keep me around as a partner. When I kicked her out, she was legitimately upset. Was this a pride issue where she wanted to be the one to dump me? Was it the thrill of screwing around with her coworker behind my back? Or was this some logic that only the human equivalent of a dumpster could understand? I may never know. It doesn't matter anymore.